Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I thought I'd do a video that I've been promising, which is a walk through my system, just to give you an idea of what's here, what I've got, what I consider to be my reference. So when I judge other hi-fi equipment, I know exactly where my system sounds, so I can judge the differences in other gear that I have come in here. So let's have a wander through and give you a look at what I've got in this room. I'll turn the camera around the other way and then we'll go from there. Okay, so we might as well start here with the Wilson Alexia Series 1. Actually prefer the Series 1 over the Series 2. The Series 2 was a little more bass heavy, but I find these to be the Series 1 to be really quite neutral in that regard, and seem to be my favourite. But I have heard the Alexia Vs, and they are certainly a step up from these. But nonetheless, these are still amazing speakers. They really do tell the truth about what they're provided, and then my ears do the rest, I guess. So moving along from those, we've got the Vitus monoblocks. So I have the SM101. So they're 100 watts into pure Class A, but that is extremely underrated for what they actually really do provide, which is, well, I don't actually know, but I certainly know they are more than enough for concert level reference listening in here anyway. And just find the Series 1, or the 101, sorry, to be a little quicker than the models after. I really do like this model, and when these became available, I really wanted to buy them. So I did. Now I'll wander in behind here and give you a look at what's happening with the Wilsons. Now the Wilsons have the upgraded binding posts on them. So they have the current series binding posts, and then we'll go down. Sorry if this gets a bit weird and wacky, but there again is the current spec binding posts, and the Robinson cables that are in the system at the moment that you're listening to. I've got banana plugs, so that's great having the upgraded binding post, because I can put anything I pretty much like in there. All right, so if we wander back out here, we've had a look at the SM101s. So I have the SL101 preamplifier from Vitus as well. That is correct for the monos, and with Vitus, they really do prefer to be coupled with the model preamp to the power amps, and I certainly do realise that when I go listening. Next down there we have my streamer. So it's the Lumen U1 streaming transport with the X1 power supply. So that's Lumen's flagship streaming platform at the moment, and I really like it. I like the transparency that Lumen provide, and again, quite used to what that does now for me, and very happy with it. So underneath that, I have the Playback Designs MPD8 DAC. So a little bit of news for everybody. I have an MPT8, which is a Roon Core 2 terabyte hard drive, and the CD transport coming, and that'll be coupled to the DAC via AT&T glass fiber, which is the link that Playback Designs prefer to use, and it's fantastic in relation to total galvanic isolation, because of the light that is used to travel the signal, as opposed to anything that can pick up any RF or EMI interference. So moving over to the other side, my what's taking care of power filtration for me is the Plexar Elite 3000, which is Plexar's top of the range power conditioner. It also has an upgrade. It has Furatech receptacles in the back of it, which is a substantial upgrade to the unit, and I like it very much in my system. So up on the next shelf, I've got a Inuos Phoenix reclocker. So essentially what happens is the USB signal comes out of the streaming transport, heads over to the reclocker, goes in through that. It does what it needs to do, and then it goes out of that via USB and then down to the DAC. So on all the digital stuff you're listening to on the channel, that's how you're hearing the signal chain. So next to the Phoenix reclocker is the OAD Ultra Fidelity UP1 phono stage. So that's in the system at the moment. So whenever we're playing vinyl, and speaking of vinyl, I have a Kuzma Star BR turntable. The tone arm currently is the Stoggy Reference. I'm looking for a 4-point at the moment, so once I can track one of those down, a 4.11, that will become a further upgrade to the turntable, although this tone arm is no slouch. The cartridge is a Lyra Kleos. So again, pretty nice analog setup, and I do like it very much. So the Stoggy Reference has a breakout box, which I think you might be able to just see down there, which is also fantastic for me being able to try different RCA cables from the phono. So it's really good to have that. The cabling in the Stoggy Reference is the Cartus Clear cable upgrade. So again, that's excellent sonically, and I like it very much. Now, as we head round the back there, you can see obviously all the power cables. I'll talk about those at a later date, what I've done there, and USB cables coming in and out of the Phoenix reclocker. And then of course I've got the full Robinson Elite Series cable loom in my system, so all the interconnects, even out of the turntable into the phono and back out again, are all a Robinson's loom. So that is also excellent. The cable's really good. I will talk further about those in my review and wrap up of the cable. I'm about 70 hours in now on all these cables, and they are certainly evolving and positively as well in my system. But I'll talk about that a bit further on. Also here I have the Ether Regions switch, and that is fed by a 12 volt linear power supply. I've got an S-Booster power supply as well that's just being repaired at the moment, and I'll put that in when it's available. This is my backup, and it's a pretty nice backup. It sounds fantastic, and again, there was an audible difference when that came into the system as well. But I'll talk about each component and how I find them a bit further down the track, and that'll sort of go into the journey of, you know, how I've got to where I've got to in my system. And I think that pretty much covers most of my system as it is. The room is fairly heavily treated. I have a sound engineering background, so that helped me a lot. I have 4 diaphragmatic bass traps in the corners of the room, some foam on the walls here, which really did help open up the soundstage. Further over there's another bass trap, and going around a bit further, I've got more sound panels on the walls, and then in the back corners here, more bass traps, more absorption around the seated area, And then again, bass traps here. Stay tuned. We've got some OAD electronics here that will be reviewed shortly. Again, more soundproofing on the walls and what have you. And that's about the system. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned. More is coming really soon. Bye for now.